So transformation and cognitive dissonance. So it's about 5-ish in the morning on one of my days off, and here I am making a video. I think you guys know that I try to make them kind of early-ish in the morning. It's when my brain is at its most creative. So sidebar, find out when your brain is most creative and utilize that time for your inspiration when it comes to planning out your rituals, maybe executing your rituals or writing things down, being introspective, and doing some self-transformation. Ooh, nice segue. So when we're trying to work our way through things, whether it's planning a ritual for creating something new in your life or manifesting something new in your life or manifesting something different or changing some circumstance in your life, you have these two things that are going on, right? You have your current situation and what you think about it and how you feel about it. And then you have this new situation that you want to create, that something that you want to become, something that you want to manifest, something you want to do, something you want to be. And so we develop, at least subconsciously, a cognitive dissonance, which cognitive dissonance really is when you have two conflicting views or conflicting opinions or conflicting thoughts in your mind, and eventually one of them is going to win out. It's like being in an argument with yourself where you think, I want this to change. In any magic that we're trying to do, we want something to change. Otherwise, what are we trying to create, right? If everything's hunky-dory, then we don't want to create anything new. We want to stay where we are. And of course, there's maintenance with that and stuff, but that's another thing in itself. Maybe I'll end up making a video on that one. But cognitive dissonance means that we are at an argument with ourselves because we want to change something. Our brains like things to stay the same because the same is safe. The same is, I don't have to learn anything new. I don't have to put any energy into anything new, and I can just keep existing. Your brain wants to, one, be as efficient as possible, and learning new things takes energy and time and motivation and such, and changing things takes time, energy, motivation, and practical application. Acting in accord. I love how much I harp on that. Foot's on the soapbox, right? So this is where a lot of journaling comes in, and self-introspection, or introspection in general, comes in with transformation. When we are approaching something new or trying to change something, like I said, your brain doesn't like to change. But of course, that's where willpower comes in with wanting to change. So this is when we journal. This is when we meditate. This is when we think about something. Why don't I already have this thing that I want to have? Why is this person still in my life? Why am I not where I want to be? What kinds of different things am I going to have to do in order to change myself, in order to get that particular thing that I am desiring or asking for? Maybe you have to let go of a belief. Maybe you will have to let go of a habit. Maybe you have to push yourself to learn something new. Maybe you have to take the leap on something. Because anytime that we're doing magic, we're stepping into something new and we are changing stuff. And that can kind of be scary. So you got to think to yourself, one, what do I have to do after my ritual to get this thing that I'm asking for? Because magic opens the door and then we got to walk through it, right? Which walking is physical action. That's why we have to do action in the physical world to help us manifest the different results that we want. But you would have done it already. Otherwise, why are we here talking about this, and why are you planning a ritual for it? Why are you staying up at night saying, oh God, I wish I had this thing. I wish I was different. Da, 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 da. So you got to take a look at yourself and think about what you need to change, what you need to fix, what you need to do. And your brain is going to be like, but we're good, right? We're good, right? We don't have to change anything, right? And then you have to basically challenge your beliefs. So let's start with this kind of thing. So write down everything you can, or think about everything you can with your current circumstances, and why are you there? Why is this negative thing or this situation happening in your life that hasn't changed yet? Why is it there? What purpose is it serving? Is it safe? Is it not scary? Does a particular person in your life right now actually feed into a situation or confirm something about yourself that you want to be different? Like if you have a negative person in your life that you want to banish, why are they there? Are they fulfilling some kind of need? Sometimes we even have a negative person in our life that we want to get rid of, but they are staying in our lives because they are confirming something about us. Maybe they are the perfect, emotional, mental, like punching bag for our shortcomings. Oh, the reason why I don't have this in life is because this person keeps holding me back. Well, you just given them a role, right? And they're going to continue to feed that role and play that role until you change and say, you want to know what? I don't want that anymore. I want this. And then your brain is going to say to you, but I like this. This is safe. This is something I know. Even if it's not safe, it's something your brain is used to. So then you got to think to yourself, I think this. I believe this. This person is serving this situation in my life. And then flip it. I want this. I demand this. This is the new role that I'm playing for myself in my life. This is the new role that this person is going to play in my life. Like if you're going to banish them or something. Or this is why I deserve this new thing. And you got to sit there and think about it day in, day out as you're progressing, even like before a ritual and after a ritual. So like before a ritual, you're exploring your beliefs and viewpoints on different things, and then really see where you're at. You got to be super honest with yourself, and then see where you want to be and where you want to go and what you want to become and who you actually want in your life. Like if you're trying to manifest. Ugh. If you want to banish a certain person in your life, you're wanting to get rid of that influence, right? Well, when we get rid of something, that creates a void. So what do we want to bring into our lives? I want to get rid of this negative, drama-filled person. Flip it. I want to manifest supportive, wonderful, happy people in my life. Because you're saying, I don't want this, I want this instead. Or I am at this current job and I don't deserve it anymore. It's not for me because it holds me back. It's a toxic work environment, yada, yada. Flip it. I deserve this kind of job because the type of people I want to work with are, and I am feeling really excited about this because blah, 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 blah. And then you almost got to watch yourself with this metacognition stuff of whenever you have a thought that is feeding into that situation you don't want, you got to cancel it out and fight it. So this is when we really got to watch our thoughts. This is how journaling helps. This is how meditation helps. This is how self-introspection helps. This is how being honest with yourself helps. So anytime that you have a thought that feeds into that situation that you have currently and not the one that you want to get to, you challenge it with, oh, this person's so mean to me, I can't get rid of them. This person is mean to me, and I am going to get rid of them because, or I am going to get rid of them by. This current job is like blank. The job that I am going towards, what I am studying for, what I am working for is blank, and it excites me. You want to get excited about this new change. You want to get excited about this difference. And I'm not just saying kind of like a bypassy kind of excitement. It's that self-work stuff. We can all talk about with like the law of attraction, yada, yada, about the different positive things that we want in our lives. But that's like saying you want to clean up a room in your house, but you don't want to put the work in. You want to change all the furniture in your room, but you don't want to throw any of the other furniture out. You don't want to get rid of any of the other furniture. You want to completely change your situation, but you don't actually want to do anything about it. It's like step 1, collect underpants. Step 2, step 3, profit. You got to think about that step 2. And that step 2 is asking yourself, why are you collecting underpants? Is that really leading to profit? What more can you do to actually make profit? Because collecting underpants ain't going to get you any profit. I wonder if any of you guys know that reference or if I'm dating myself. I'm not so sure. Because I may be talking to you, but as I'm recording this video, I'm talking to myself. The whole big thing with cognitive dissonance is challenging your own beliefs. It's challenging your own thoughts, because your thoughts and everything that's going on in here is what has kept you here. You want to focus on those aspirations and those positive things that you are trying to create. And anytime you have a thought that feeds into your current situation of, oh, kind of a bittersweet thing. Oh, this job is nice because I like some of my coworkers and da-da-da-da-da-da. So that's feeding into staying there. I want this job. I'm working towards this job because my coworkers are going to be better. The pay is going to be better. I'm going to be more excited. I'm going to use more of my skills, da-da-da-da. Right? Or my current situation is blank. The new situation that I want to step into is more exciting. It's more fun. It's more deserving of me. I'm more deserving of it. Oh, one random thing. You guys might notice that little prayer flag thing up there. Just total ranting sidebar. But I actually had a set of prayer flags as a stupa in my living room, and I was actually able to bring them down here into the basement to make this space much more spiritually, I'm going through a series of different transformations when it comes to my physical space, so I'm actually able to kind of get more excited about stepping into ritual. So, I'm going to keep going with this one. This is kind of a cool thing. So, I wanted to make this room, and we're going to explore cognitive dissonance here. I wanted to make this room more spiritually conductive. I got all my books here. I make my videos here. This is my man cave. This is my chill space. And we were talking a lot about moving these prayer flags, from the living room down here. And I thought that would be a cool idea because then I could set my stupa up here and it would be much more conducive. It would add to the atmosphere. But then the cognitive dissonance set in of, man, it's going to take a lot of energy to get up there and unpin all the flags and then unscrew the hook from the ceiling. And then I got to walk it all down here without it getting tangled. And then I'm going to have to get up and set it up around the room. I wonder if all the flags are going to fit from center of the ceiling all the way over to the wall. It's a lot of work. Okay. Where's the desire and aspiration? I want to move these flags down here. Where is the cognitive dissonance? Oh, but it's going to be a lot of work, and I don't know if it's actually going to fit, and da-da-da-da. So I had to keep challenging it with, it'd be really cool to do that. One day I'm going to do that. Every time I sat down here, I was like, I want to put those flags up. And then one day, one of the pins just happened to loosen from the wall upstairs, and I came home and it was dangling, and I was like, oh, the flag fell down. And my lady's like, yeah, I took that as a sign that we should really move it today. And I jumped on it. And I was like, all right, grab the chair, unpin everything. And then I asked her to help me put it down here. And sometimes projects, at least with rearranging different things, can take several days for me to get around to because I have the cognitive dissonance of, I want to make this thing happen, but it's going to take a lot of energy. And I have all this other stuff that I want to be doing and da-da-da. And I came down here just to chill around like 2 o'clock in the morning after getting like 2 hours of sleep because I run on like 4 or 5 maybe. And I looked at it. I'm setting that up, and I went around. I balanced on this swivel chair without falling and breaking my head. Go me. And I set it up. So you had the desire and aspiration of wanting to set this up. You had the cognitive dissonance of, it's going to take a lot of effort and blah, 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 blah. And then it got pushed into happening. So, maybe the pin just fell out of the wall because whatever forces that were like, you know what? You're doing it now because I know I got to push you, and um, happenstance pushed me, and here we are. And when I look at it, I'm like, that is so awesome. I'm so happy I put in the effort, and here it is. So that really shows you that there's the cognitive dissonance with not wanting to do a certain thing and then pushing yourself to do a certain thing. And what happens is you get happy with the result. So you really got to pay attention to what your thoughts are. I know a lot about myself with my own cognitive dissonance to things can be about my lack of free time and my lack of not wanting to put energy into things sometimes because it's going to be a lot of work. And I kind of talk myself down from that until something happens where I get kind of backed into a corner and I do it anyway. That's a normal pattern that happens with me. And so I understand that. And the more that I go after things and I attack them, and I'm like, you want to know what? Every time that you want to do something, you feel good at the end of it. So you just got to put the effort in. So step 1, want to do something. Step 2, effort. Step 3, result. That step 2 can be kind of hard because the flags did look nice upstairs. And there's a cognitive dissonance of, I like them in the living room. I want them downstairs. I like them in the living room. I want them downstairs. And eventually one of those had to win out. So prime example. Maybe you guys stuck around for this because it looked like I was about to end the video earlier, but then I got randomly inspired by the flags above me. So where does cognitive dissonance come into being in your life?